Hey there! Let's talk about the housing market in the next 5 years. Will it be a gold rush or a disastrous crash like the fall of a house of cards? Eventually, only time will tell. In this video, you will have the opportunity to access certain information that will help you make the right choices in either of the scenarios mentioned earlier. Before we get into the good stuff, hit the notification bell button so as to keep tabs on more housing tips. Well, what are you waiting for? Hit the bell already! Before we can predict what the future holds, it's important to understand the current state of the housing market. Over the past few years, the housing market has experienced a significant uptick in prices, with many areas seeing record high prices and bidding wars between buyers. One of the main reasons for this increase in prices is the shortage of available homes on the market. With low inventory and high demand, buyers are forced to compete with one another for the limited number of homes available. So, what can we expect from the housing market in the next 5 years? While interest rates are still historically low, they are expected to gradually rise over the next few years, making it more difficult for some buyers to afford homes. Housing market analysts forecast a deceleration in the pace of price hikes in response to the supply and demand equilibrium, which could be influenced by an increase in interest rates and the possibility of a recession. Also, the housing market has been significantly affected by the COVID-19 pandemic, as many individuals reconsider their living arrangements and seek out more spacious or alternative housing options. This shift in priorities may lead to changes in the types of homes that are in demand, as well as the locations where buyers are looking to purchase. Even though the housing market may be slowing down in terms of price increases, there could still be areas or property types that experience growth and high demand. Stay up to date with the current market trends and projections in your local area before entering the housing market to ensure that you do your due diligence. The current state of the housing market has been a cause of concern for many people looking to buy a home, especially for those who are on a tight budget. The rise in housing prices has outpaced the increase in wages, contributing to a growing affordability crisis. Consequently, a significant number of individuals are facing challenges in saving enough money for a down payment on a home. Soon enough, that's going to be history, as we've got some good news for home buyers. Recently, there's been a decrease in housing values in certain areas, which has made it possible for more people to find affordable homes. This decrease in prices is due to various factors such as oversupply, changes in the local economy, or shifting demographics. Some of the areas that have seen a decrease in prices include San Francisco and New York City. These cities were previously known for their high housing costs, making it difficult for many people to afford a home. The pandemic and the rise of remote working has resulted in many people moving away from these cities, leading to an oversupply of homes and a decrease in prices. More people can now afford to buy homes in these areas. Other areas that have experienced a decrease in housing prices include Detroit and Cleveland. These cities were hit hard by the housing crisis in 2008, resulting in a significant decrease in housing prices. Lately, these cities have seen a resurgence, with more people moving in and new businesses opening, resulting in increased housing value, but they're still affordable compared to other areas of the country. While affordability remains a challenge in many areas, particularly in regions with high demand and limited supply, areas with lower housing prices may not have the same level of job opportunities or amenities as more expensive areas, making them less desirable for some people. The housing market is an ever-changing landscape influenced by a variety of factors, such as the economy, government policies, and interest rates. One of the most significant factors that can impact the housing market in the next 5 years is rising interest rates. As interest rates increase, it can lead to a shift in the market, affecting buyers, sellers, and investors alike. Rising interest rates can impact the housing market in several ways. First, it can affect the demand for homes. As interest rates rise, it becomes more expensive for buyers to borrow money to purchase a home, reducing the number of people who can afford to enter the market. This can lead to a decrease in demand and, as a result, a decrease in home prices. Second, surging interest rates can also impact the supply of homes. As interest rates increase, homeowners with adjustable rate mortgages may find it harder to make their mortgage payments. This can lead to an increase in foreclosures and a higher number of homes being put up for sale. Lastly, rising interest rates can impact the return on investments for investors and retirees, which can lead to lower returns on investments, making real estate a less attractive investment option for some. We should pay close attention to interest rates and their effects on the housing market. By staying informed, we can adapt our strategies and potentially minimize any adverse effects. Predicting the next 5 years of the housing market is like trying to navigate through a maze blindfolded, without a crystal ball or map. It's a daunting task, but one that we must undertake with a clear head and smart strategy. But that doesn't change the fact that the housing market is a critical component of the economy, and many people keep a keen eye on it. With changing economic conditions and global trends, it's essential to understand what we can expect from the housing market in the next 5 years. Experts suggest that the housing market is expected to continue its growth trajectory over the next 5 years, with returns of 15 to 25%. These factors have and will contribute to the continued growth of the housing market. But keep in mind that the housing market can be unpredictable. While experts predict steady growth, market fluctuations can occur due to various factors, such as changes in economic conditions and government policies. Recently, the government has implemented various policies aimed at regulating the housing market, like stress tests to ensure that home buyers can still afford their mortgage payments in case of rising interest rates. So yeah, staying informed about market trends and upcoming policies that may impact this industry is very key in making sound judgments in the housing market. Because we understand the importance of making solid decisions in the housing market, we've curated some tips that will help you make better decisions when buying a house within the next 5 years. You'll need to take into account various factors that could impact your future, such as the location, type of property, and long-term plans. While it's easy to get caught up in the excitement of finding your dream home, it's crucial to approach the process with a level head and consider all aspects of the investment. When purchasing a home, the location is one of the most critical factors to consider. For families with children, a neighborhood with excellent schools and parks may be desirable. On the other hand, those seeking a peaceful and quiet environment may prefer a suburban area. The location of a home can greatly impact its resale value. Therefore, it's essential to conduct thorough research on the area's market trends before making a final decision. And another key consideration is the type of property you want to buy. From a single-family home to a condo, townhouse, or multi-unit building, each type of property has its advantages and disadvantages. So don't forget to weigh the pros and cons before making a decision. Picture this: a single-family home may offer more privacy, but it also requires more maintenance and upkeep. On the other hand, a condo may be more affordable, but it comes with association fees and limited control over the property. Future plans are also essential to consider when purchasing a home. While it's impossible to predict the future, having a rough idea of your long-term plans can help guide your decision. For example, if you plan to start a family, you may want to consider a larger home with more space for children. Alternatively, if you plan to retire in the near future, you may want to consider a home that requires less maintenance and is easier to navigate as you age. So now that we've talked about the current state of the housing market and what we can expect from it over the next few years, I would love to know what you think. Leave a comment below and let me know your thoughts. And don't forget to give this video a like so that YouTube can recommend it to more people who are looking to make smart home buying decisions. Oh, and one more thing. I know there's been some rumors floating around about the housing market crashing. If you're worried about that, check out our other video, Is the Housing Market About to Crash?, where we go over all the details and give you the full scoop. Cheers, and I'll see you soon.